Okay, hello. I'm just going to walk through what we did on the Biology for Diseases study skills to give you a feeling. So I'm logged into Learn as a student and I go into the study skills area. So the background to this is these students have to do an assignment, a poster assignment, where they're expected to use flow diagrams to explain what they're doing. And they've got a number of decision points within the Biology for Disease thing. So traditionally we go and deliver a 2-hour workshop face to face on how to create a flow diagram, and we'd have them in an IT lab, which seems always a bit silly because the majority of them can already do it. It's not, in a sense, it's not rocket science for some, while others do need more support because they, for various reasons. So what we really want to do is let those that can do it online, and we can say, yes, we're confident they've got the skills to be able to use flow diagrams, have got their ICT literacy, so therefore they can go on and do the assignment. While those that we need to support or learn differently, we can support in a much shorter workshop face to face. And there'll be fewer people in the workshop, therefore the people that need support will get more time from us. So the idea was, this is what we did. Tom went in and gave a 15-minute introduction to this lecture, so that the students were fay with it. He walked them through the course, and he gave them the sort of support materials they'll need. So therefore the students were aware straight off. Then we kind of flipped it. So basically they were then told within their module they'll find a welcome instructions. This tells them the intended learning outcomes. This gives them the scaffolding in terms of the times and dates they need to do stuff, and this tells them what their online submission will be. Within the area as well, of course, they have their online submission point. This assignment really is they have to submit something that looks like this. So they come in, it's a standard flow. What the course team, after conversations, were particularly interested in, that they could use these create the various functions, but they could put text in, text boxes, because they'll be using recommended, they'll be including reference lists, they can instill or embed, still images, etc. And that's what they need to do. So they wanted to create one of those. So what's all the task is, have a look at that flow diagram, that document, create something that looks the same as that, and ensure that you've put your student name and number on it. And we would sign them off as if, does it look the same, and have they put their student name and number on it. The support materials we gave them, because there's a couple of bits of software at the university they could use. We suggested there's Lucidchart, there's Google Draw, or they could use Microsoft Visio. So we're not particularly pushing a technology to suit it. We're much more interested in the learner being able to, or the individual being able to just use a flow diagram, and it's not led by a technology. I can only use Visio to create flow diagrams, or I can only use Lucidchart to create flow diagrams. So really the video, as you see here, what we did is we went through each of the technologies. We gave them a bit of background. We made sure that there's a task they could see. And then we supported it by saying, this is the task you need to do, watch this video. And we broke it down as a set of things. And all of those tasks, or these we have within the support videos, would mean they can watch those and therefore take it and use it in their own submissions. So this is the one for Google Draw, and that is one that's coming up there. One we're putting for Google Draw. And we had one we took from the internet, from YouTube, a really good one on Visio. Then what they do is they trundle off and make the identical thing. They come across here to submit. Because we were thinking about the workload for us as well, because there's 49 of them on this course, we're thinking, well, how do we assess 49 flow diagrams? And can we do it really, if we're just looking at are they technically competent and able to do that, save the document and upload it? Then we have a very simple marking criteria. So what we agreed on within Learning Services and the course team is we're putting a very simple rubric which allowed us, the Learning Services individuals, to just go in and tick them off, literally tick it off. Yes, you have put a flow, submitted something that looks like the one you've been given, and yes, you have included a text box with your name and your student number on. And if they do both of those, then they click. So our assessment of them, or evaluation if they completed the task, should be about 20 or 30 seconds per submission because you use the Blackboard Gradebook as a way of managing that. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a feeling of what they're doing. They should just about to close the submissions. I think they close down at the end of the day. So far we've had 42 students have accessed the course notes, so therefore they know it's there. And of those 42, 29 have submitted. So on the assumption those 29 have submitted it properly, that means when we run the workshop, we're to be looking at numbers of about 13 people. So we can do a very high impact session for just the 13 people that need to learn or want to learn in a different way than just the online component. So that's how we flipped this particular model here to give us a bit more time.